some random guy to reset her email password.
Cool. Nothing he's saying is true. Hello. Hello.
Okay, we are live. I just want to let you know. And we have, sorry, is that your, both of them?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Where's mine?
Yes, very.
Sorry.
Let me quickly read this letter.
Fingerprints on your phone.
Your phone, that's my personal one. That's the one. Wait, we're live. I can't say anything. I'm sorry.
We don't have to take any action on this. No, we just read it.
Yes, you do.
What do we have to do?
That has to be
letter
submitted
was
to
discussed at
Rena
planning
by
board.
May 14th.
Oh, that's right,
Okay,
okay.
remember?
Yeah.
So I would appreciate it if the board would take action on it tonight so we can submit it
Isn't
to
that
Rena
the-
as soon as
That's
possible.
the
so
discussion
she
item,
doesn't
right?
have to
That's
wait.
right, fine, hold up.
Excuse me?
That's the discussion item, right?
That's right. Yep.
That's the discussion item.
Yeah, that's this one here.
Yes.
And then
But it
this,
says
you
discussion.
know what?
It says discussion,
Yeah,
not,
because you're really just,
We're discussing the memo.
Look, you're just discussing the memo
Yeah.
that the attorney wrote for you.
Yeah, I got that.
And you already know that M and L is going for this zone change.
Goes what? Yeah,
The
yeah,
zone
right, right.
change, and you've already discussed this
Right.
and wanted it. And now this is just a formality.
It's
that
the formalization
attorney
of a
has
previous
drafted
agreement.
this
Okay,
letter.
all right.
However, if you would like any changes to the letter, I can put the changes in there to the village board. Okay,
But I don't think we can discuss it till on the record, though.
that's right.
And so the
That's
planning
right.
board, look into
Not
the.
till you're all
We can't discuss that till we're on the record for the discussion part of the.
Yeah.
I'm not discussing, I don't know myself.
Yes, you can read it now.
Okay, one other thing, when, so when it comes up for the village view, please read the letter that was submitted to you, and that is the second page of the agenda. So
Here.
you should read that letter as
Okay.
a formality.
It's also
And
something.
guess
Okay.
what? It's 7:30. So get your script ready. And the first thing we're going to do, go ahead, you start. Call to order. That's your
Yes,
script.
okay. Good evening, folks. Today is April 8th, 2005. The 2025, the time is now 7:30. I'd like to call the Village of Warwick, New York Planning Board to order.
Sorry, we
And
skipped the
then-
first item.
Yes, could you now we'll do that.
I'd like to motion for the most senior member to be the acting chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So first, we'd like to stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ryan Barber,
Present.
Bill Olson.
Yep.
Vanessa Holland,
Present?
Carrie Boland,
Here.
Scott Brown,
Here.
Keith Woodruff,
Here.
and Liz is absent. Elizabeth Cassidy is absent today.
I move to approve the minutes of January 14th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
One abstention to 3 ayes.
Okay.
Okay, we have 2 applications to review today. The first one is the request for an extension from Village View Estates for cluster subdivision. They have submitted a letter I'd like to read into the minutes. Dear Chairman Gallo, kindly let this letter to serve to request an additional 180-day extension on the conditional final site plan and subdivision approval for Village View Estates cluster subdivision granted by the planning board on August 9, 2022. The applicant continues to perfect the plans and studies necessary for agency approvals for the Department of Health and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. That includes working with the village board in an effort to provide a location for the water storage tank that will benefit both the Village View subdivision and the village at large. Since our last extension request, we have had meetings with both the village board and at the site, the village officials performed on the property at the potential storage tank location. While this process moves forward, the applicant requests the planning board to extend the site plan and subdivision approvals. Please advise if our presence is needed during this meeting. If you have any questions, please contact this office. Kurt Rother, respectfully submitted.
Okay, so you could read the motion.
Yes, I'm just going to read the motion. We have a motion. A motion was made by, well, the
Village View Estates.
bill.
Village View Estates.
No, motion was made by.
No,
Oh.
read the village, this is the
You do-
motion. Village View
View
Estates.
extension on the conditional for final site plan subdivision approval from April 4th, 2025 until October 1, 2025.
Okay, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion as to the letter that was submitted by Kirk Rother.
I'll second it.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, I'd like to call for a motion, please. A vote
roll
on the
call.
motion, please.
Vote, roll call.
A vote.
Roll call.
This is-
Vote.
Okay,
Brian Barber,
Aye.
Carrie Bolin,
Aye.
Scott Brown,
Aye.
Bill Olson,
yes.
Vanessa Holland.
Yes.
All right, terrific. And now we'll move on to the discussion. Sorry, Bill, go ahead.
Okay.
The
Yep, this one here.
discussion. Okay, now we'll move on to the discussion for M&L Equity Auto. Liz, our attorney, has drafted a letter to be submitted to the village board. And if you'd like to read that, Bill.
We're happy to. Dear Mayor and Village Board of Trustees, please allow this letter to serve as the planning board's response in accordance with 125-170 of the village.
145.
145-70 of the village.
170, sorry.
145-170 of the Village Warwick zoning code. The planning board has previously considered the application of M&L Equity Auto Limited and Vanessa Mann, which seeks to alter the existing lot line between 18 Elm Street, section block number 120-11-16.22, and 42 Orchard Street, section block number 120-11-5. Such alteration consists of transferring 963 square feet from 42 Orchard Street to 18 Elm Street. The purpose of the project is to eliminate the existing encroachment of M&L Equity Auto facilities across the rear of the Mann property, that's 42 Orchard Street. Other than the installation of an additional screening in the form of landscaping and a fence, the application does not propose any new construction. As part of the planning board review, the planning board considered and made a condition of the subdivision site plan approval for the granting of zone change for the portion of the property being transferred to M&L Equity Auto from residential to light industrial. As such, the planning board took into account the proposed zone change when making the findings. The planning board has no objection to the zone change as proposed. We note for the village board that the applicant must satisfy the remaining conditions set forth on the planning board's conditional site plan and subdivision approval. This letter was discussed at the planning board meeting tonight, April 8th, 2025, and authorized by vote of etc. Number of people who have voted for it. So anybody want to have comments or vote on it?
I would just say, just to make sure before we do submit it, that we make sure the section and block numbers are correct before submission for both 42 Orchard and the other addresses, just to double check the accuracy of the letter,
Is there-
make sure it is before submission in case there was a misreading or
Keith,
something
can
like
you
that.
submit
Yep, I'll
the,
coordinate that with Liz as well to make sure that the,
good
that
point,
information is.
good point,
Okay.
good. Anybody else got thoughts?
No, I think it's entirely consistent with all the work that we've done on ML Auto
Yep.
for 6 months now.
Yes,
At least
agreed.
6 months, if not
Yes,
longer,
agreed.
right?
Yeah.
So, call a vote on this. How many, anybody want to?
Yeah, I'll move that we
Move-
approve this
Yeah,
letter
yeah,
as
as
our
written, as
submission
written.
to the, for submission.
And a second
to
for
the
that?
board.
Gary, you want a second? Or
Go ahead,
Vanessa?
Brian. Sure, I
Hey,
will.
wait a minute,
Yes,
Kay, do you have
Vanessa?
anything you want to add?
Oh,
Oh,
So we have a motion and
All
a
right, a
second.
roll call, Brian Barber,
yeah,
Bill Olson,
Yes,
Vanessa Holland,
yes.
Carrie Boland,
Yes.
Scott Brown.
Aye.
okay.
Look at your,
Chairman,
is there any?
any other, have any business or discussion they want to, like to have?
Move to
not-
adjourn.
If not, I will set the motion
Well, could
for
you do the announcement?
Yes.
The next
Right
meeting?
here.
next meeting. Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. Right here.
Next meeting of the Village Planning Board will be held on May 13th, 2025 at 7:30 PM in the site, in the Village Hall.
Scott Brown.
Adjourn.
Motion.
I just-
Scott,
I did
Scott
before
Brown,
that
say it
announcement.
again. I know you did, so can you say it again?
Set it out of order.
Because we did the announcement, sorry.
yeah, you gotta wait for the
Just
announcement.
say it
then
again.
motion.
Say-
You make a motion?
Make a motion to
Okay.
Move to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Okay, good.
Anyone else?
What?
I'll second it, sure.
Thank you.
In favor? Get up and walk out. Yes. All in
That's
favor?
all in
Aye.
favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry. I know.
I-
But you did,
Once
but
I
it's the
say that,
process.
it's on the table. It's on the
I
table.
just want to make sure.
You can do the announcements before
Okay.
you take a second. But I believe, I don't have to say it again, but that's all right. I said it.
Just in case.
Do you,
Very
yeah,
did.
just in case.
Diligent.
That was so nice of you to say so. I appreciate